Hey coffee cuties, we are back with another banger. And in this video, we are going to be discussing accepting and loving our coily hair. So in this video, I am going to share my personal hair journey. I'm going to also address some comments from my comment section from the last few videos and give some additional solutions I left out within my last few videos as well. So be sure to grab your popcorn, grab your tea, and grab your coffee, and let's just get right into it. So I'm going to start out by saying that our coily hair is a unique and it is the access to our pretty privilege. Our coily hair was designed to fit our unique and beautiful features as well. Our coily hair is also, it gives assistance to a youthful appearance, and as we know, it lasts for a lot longer because as we know, our melanin stays popping for a lot longer and black don't crack. Our coily hair literally defines gravity and sits on our hair like a crown. No matter if your crown is waist length or if it's bra strap length, TWA, our crowns are placed perfectly on our heads, and it is our daily reminder of the queens we were born to be. So again, I'm going to start this video by going into my personal hair journey and my journey to accepting and embracing my coily natural hair. So I can remember my first experience with my hair overall came around the age of 4 or 5 because that is when I first got a perm. I know that is very young, but I guess back in the 90s, all the little girls, no matter if you were full black, mixed, etc., we all got perms. That was just the thing to do. Unfortunately, it was not a lot of education surrounding our hair at the time. So you would get perms. You would also put that hot comb on the stove, press your hair out for Sunday school, all type of stuff. So I definitely was one of those little girls. And my mom pretty much had control over my hair. So it was a decent length, but again, it was not healthy considering that I had a perm at such a long age. And as we know, perms can literally damage your hair follicles for life. But moving up to middle school when I got a little bit older and had more control over my own hair, that is honestly when my hair completely broke off, completely. And as we know, kids can be very mean in middle school. So I definitely had to go through that awkward phase of having more short, broken off hair, etc. And if you pretty much grew up anywhere, again, within the U.S. or even overseas as well, you can imagine my experience growing up in middle school with that type of hair, especially because where I'm from in the Midwest, we definitely put length on a pedestal. It really didn't matter perms and all that stuff because everybody had a perm, but we basically contributed beauty to long hair. But moving up to high school, when I was able to work on my own, that is when I was able to take better care of my hair by going to a stylist. I still had a perm, but she was able to grow my hair with a perm to around bra strap length. So I have very long hair, and that again granted me the quote unquote pretty privilege of that time because that was the beauty standard. So moving forward though, when I was in 12th grade, I actually dyed my hair. That was a big mistake, putting that, I had like a honey brown, it's kind of like a blondish type of vibe to my hair, and that was again no good. I should have maybe, I don't know, added extensions or some sort, but leave the hair dyes alone. Even if you have coily natural hair, the hair dyes really can take out your hair, but of course I didn't know that at the time. So in my early 20s, I actually did have to cut my hair into a bob, so I had to cut my long hair pretty short, but it still was relatively healthy, still a perm. But when the natural hair movement really took off on YouTube in around 2015, that is when a lot of girls around me started to embrace their natural hair, and I made the transition. So actually, first, I started wearing sew-ins when I had my short hair. I have to add that in as well. And the sew-ins actually was taking out my edges. So that also contributed to me wanting to become natural because I just was tired of hiding behind the weave. And I was not wearing hair textures that matched my hair texture. I was just wearing what was in style, which at the time was kind of like the Nicki Minaj bangs and kind of like to your around bra strip length of straight down and all that type of stuff. But I just got tired of it. So the natural hair community for me came just in time to get rid of the weave, especially in the summertime when it's hot, etc., and just embrace my hair. So I didn't do a full big chop, but I did cut it pretty low. It reminded me of like the Rihanna mohawk style. So I definitely did have it kind of shaved on the sides. And at first, I got the hairstyle with a perm because I went to my hairstylist who was doing my hair since high school, and I was telling her that I wanted to be natural, but she was not educated enough about it. So she's like, I can't not put a perm in your hair because I'm not going to have you walking around looking any type of way and you telling people that you come to me to get your hair done, etc. So when I first cut my hair, I still got a perm, but then I started watching natural hair videos. Like I said, I had friends who were natural themselves and stuff like that. So I just stopped getting my hair done because she just wasn't educated in what I needed. And I transitioned myself, and I actually had one of my friends, as my hair grew out, cut my ends, and then I became fully natural all the way to today in 2024. So it's been about like 9 or 10 years now almost of me being 100% natural. And since I've been natural, fun fact, I've only worn weave, which that was twist braids, one time in my whole natural hair career. So I don't even wear protective styles. So it's literally been me and my hair for a good 9 to 10 years. But next, I'm going to address some of the biggest challenges that I faced throughout my journey and just kind of give some tips and tricks that I learned throughout the way so that if you are new to your journey, you don't have to go through the trials and tribulations that I had to go through. So number one of the biggest challenges that I would say before I learned a proper routine, my natural hair journey was very time consuming. So to me, this is the basic routine that I feel like everyone who is new to natural hair should do. Washing your hair about once a week, adding conditioner, deep conditioning under a steamer to really seal in that moisture, and get regular trims as well. Of course, there is a lot more nuance to it, but if you are just wanting a basic, simple routine, that is the way to go. Some of my favorite products for my type hair, I have low porosity, kind of not fine, but not thick, kind of in the middle. I have type around 4B. It can also be a little bit of 4C in there. I like TGIN and As I Am, and these are both Black-owned companies. But I want the girlies who have fine hair, high porosity, etc. to be sure to leave their favorite products in the comment section so that other girlies with the Coily hair can find their hair twin and try out a lot of different products. But next, another challenge that you may face is if you do not properly moisturize your hair, you will experience dry, bitter, and breakage. That is a word salad, I guess, today. But yes, you definitely have to moisturize your hair. So I want to say that natural hair, I know it's a narrative that natural hair is hard. It is not quote unquote hard. It just needs more TLC. And once again, you learn that routine, it becomes a lot more easier, a lot less time consuming, etc. But another problem or challenge rather that I can remember early on in my journey is the best way I can put it is to just feel like a victim to my own hair. Because back when the natural hair community really was popping, and a lot of people were properly educating each other about products, etc. There also became a lot of rules and regulations, aka the natural hair police. And anytime you will want to add some type of variety or just do anything different to your hair than the norm, people were constantly telling you can't do this, you can't do that. So it just became just too overwhelming, and it also became overwhelming with the products, aka product overload. Everybody was selling everything. There was 10-step processes, 20-step processes, all these different products to make your hair do something that, in my opinion, it was not naturally meant to do. If you have to go all those lengths to be able to achieve a certain type of hairstyle. But that lets me into the next thing is that I feel like there is a big myth or narrative that we as natural Coily cuties with type 4 hair have to always have quote unquote perfect hair. Our hair looks just as beautiful when it is carefree. We can wear messy buns, etc., and still look presentable. So I really want to break that mold. Also, next, it sometimes, depending on where you're from and who you're around, it can unfortunately be perceived as quote unquote unkept or undone, etc. Again, region plays a big role into that. I know a lot of girlies that live down south have definitely expressed that because there is a lot of older generations down south, etc., that may not be as educated. They may be the ones saying a lot of these comments. Also, some Coily cuties have expressed in professional settings they are discriminated against, etc. But I just want to say that today is a new day, and I do feel like a lot of unlearning and re-education definitely needs to take place in order for the Coily hair community to move forward. But now we're going to get into another section of the video, and I am actually going to be addressing some of the comments that I noticed under the last few of my videos. I'm sorry that I have not answered every comment as of yet, but I do plan on going through every comment, taking all the advice, just really paying attention to what you girls are saying that you need, that you want to talk about, etc. But some of the ones that I have mentioned so far is one, when it came to my video about the obsession with baby hairs, I want to add a little bit more, some more explanation to some of my talking points. So for one of my subscribers pointed out that Black women are not the creators of baby hairs, of course, but we are the creators of laid baby hairs. And I did not emphasize that enough because I agree with that 100%. We are literally the blueprint of laid baby hairs. And I do feel like we contributed to teaching other groups of women how to properly lay their baby hairs as well. And so I definitely want to thank that subscriber for that. Also, when it comes to the whole styling, the tips that I gave about styling your baby hairs, etc., I want to reiterate that I'm not talking about basically laying the parameters of your hair, because I'm not saying that we don't have any baby hairs. I'm talking about the drastic baby hairs. So I definitely feel like it is okay to give yourself a finished look at the edges of your hair, aka the small baby hairs that we have, but I don't feel like it's okay to perm them or try to recreate more of a look that is not naturally there, etc. I also feel like I did not properly address that some women may be doing the whole swoop around their baby hairs, etc., because unfortunately, if you are perming your baby hairs or wearing weaves or lace fronts, etc., you may be experiencing some traction alopecia. And I did not give any tips for growth, so I'm going to add that to me, one of the best ways to grow your edges back after some of the damages, etc., is Jamaican black castor oil. You can use it without heating it up or heating it up, which to me, it works better as a hot oil treatment, but massaging it into your scalp every day for at least 30 days, you should see some type of improvement. It also is good for growing out your eyebrows and your eyelashes as well. So you can pretty much use it to grow out any type of hair that you may be missing it. You can also use it at the napes of your hair, at the middle of your hair, wherever you feel like you are experiencing some type of breakage. I definitely would try that. They also have like brushes that you can insert into your hair, and it's kind of like a massager as well. I haven't tried that, but if you girls have tried those brushes that they sell on Amazon that you can use as a personal massager, let me know what your experience was with that. But next, I'm going to address the hair chart. So one of my commenters left the comment that they felt like we should use our own hair charts with our new Coily hair community, because the chart basically, for one, a lot of people feels like it does not properly represent all hair types, especially when it gets to the type 4 range. And having our hair at the bottom of the chart, they feel like that it is not properly representing us in the right way, basically implying that the quote-unquote good hair is at the top and we are left all the way at the bottom at the 4C. I want to say that this chart was created like over 15 years ago by Oprah's hairstylist, actually, by the name of Andre Walker. I touched about it a little bit more in the Chris Rock documentary. Now, the hair chart, to me, it is a good reference point, but I do agree it does lack some nuance. And I will be 100% open to creating our own hair chart. So if you girls are wanting to do that, be sure to leave some input down in the comment section below, because if we are going to create our new hair chart, I feel like it should be unrelated to the old one completely. So we may have to do something a little bit different than like type 4, type 3, etc. And we're going to stick to the type 4 hair range only when it comes to the hair chart. And we're also going to try properly represent some of those hair types within, some people call it 4D, some people call it 5C. I want to properly represent those hair types as well that was left out and just thrown into the 4C category. But next, I want to address something else that I've seen within my comment section, and that is the representation of fine natural hair. I definitely feel like fine natural hair is underrepresented 100%, because not everyone with coily, kinky hair is going to have thick hair. And just because you have fine hair does not mean your hair is unhealthy or something wrong with it, etc. We just need to properly educate our sisters with the fine natural hair on the proper products to use, etc. I was kind of looking around Pinterest a little bit, and I noticed that with the fine natural hair, twist outs look really good, braid outs, etc. But I want some girlies that have the fine natural hair to reach out to me with my email. It's in the comment section below. And just show pictures or products that you use, etc. Also, be sure to share it within the comments. I also want natural hair girlies, no matter if it's fine, thick, etc., with high porosity hair, because I've been noticing in my comment section that a lot more women have high porosity hair with coily hair than I actually realized myself. So I definitely want to give representation to the high porosity hair type as well, or hair porosity rather as well. And that also leads me to short natural hair, because as we know, within the old natural hair movement, it was not properly educated. We didn't have proper education around it, and it was not properly represented as well. It was often, quote unquote, seen as like not being as feminine or being more masculine, etc. And that could not be further from the truth. I have examples going throughout the screen of very feminine, beautiful looking women with short natural hair. I also share a lot on my community tab as well. I just really want us to get off of this, basically this false ideal that our hair is only beautiful if it is long. I feel like our hair is beautiful in all forms, whether it is short, TWA, again, broad strap length, waist strap length. Our hair is beautiful in all forms. And I also want to embrace our shrinkage. I did see a comment of someone left that they call it more stretch. They actually don't use the word shrinkage. So since we are improving our vocabulary, I would let you girlies decide like how you choose to define your shrinkage. But she said basically some hair has more stretch than others, and I actually like that narrative as well. But I want us to embrace our stretch, no matter if you have small amounts of stretch rather, or a more magical, elongated form of stretch. Our hair, again, is beautiful in all forms, and I want to properly represent our hair in all forms. So if you have short natural hair, fine. Also, locks is another thing that I haven't really run into a lot of girlies who have locks, but I know they are definitely part of the coily hair community. So I definitely want to have a conversation with someone with locks so that I can do a full in-depth video strictly about locks, so that we can give the girls within the coily hair community all the options we have when it comes to styling our hair. So again, if you have locks, I want to properly represent the lock community. So be sure to email me as well. But next, I'm going to move into another comment that I noticed, and that is when it comes to white people primarily, but just any race outside of black people and their comments, etc., when it comes to our hair. So I want to start out by saying that no one should be treating us like some type of animal or we're some type of amusement or entertainment for their purposes. Now, if you give someone permission to touch your hair, etc., and you're okay with that, you have to use your own discretion when it comes to that, and there is no right or wrong answer. But no one, again, should be touching your hair without your permission. I also want to address that they often like to be what I call the police of our beauty. All these different races of people, primarily I notice it more with women, but it also can be men as well. So let's just say one day you're embracing your beautiful natural hair in a short form, then the next you want to add some type 4 hair extensions. They want to come up to you and ask you, is that your real hair? Is that a weave? That is none of their business. Why are you in black women business? Why can't I just go to work or go to school or go wherever I am going without someone trying to worry about what I'm doing with my natural hair? I also feel like this goes back to the Tegan law. I touched on this briefly when it came to the isms or the byproduct of racism video, but white women throughout history have had a lot of jealousy and competition and animosity towards black women in our beauty. So the Tegan law was created because white women felt so intimidated by beautiful black women who were doing creative things with their hair in Louisiana, and so intimidated, so jealous, etc., that they had white men create a law to make us cover up our hair in public. So all this narrative that we're the haters or we're jealous, etc., that is furthest from the truth, because we can literally go back in history and see multiple times of women being jealous and in competition with us to the point that they had to again create laws to prevent us from expressing our beauty. And also, I feel like that is where the narration of white men being attracted to natural hair kind of started. So a lot of these things that are in our culture today, they have a long running history, because as we know, our natural hair is magnetic. So I don't feel like it just focuses on white men. Personally, I feel like all men are drawn to our natural hair because it does have, again, a magnetic draw. But next, I want to move into the final comment that I've seen within the comment section so far, is the fear that the Coily hair community will be hijacked by women that are mixed or biracial or women of other racial groups altogether that may have hair within the type 4 hair range. I just want to say that on my channel, I am going to represent black beauty and black beauty only. Now, of course, I'm going to represent black presenting beauty because I don't have the DNA results of everybody to confirm 100% if they have 2 black parents, 4 black grandparents, etc. So some people may fall through the loops or whatever, but these are going to be black presenting women. And of course, if I do promote someone who does not fall into that, I am 100% okay with being corrected and then improving, etc. But this movement is for black women with type 4 hair. I know, again, other admixtures of women, they have type 4 hair too at times, but they have their spaces to represent their hair type and share their story. On this channel, this is about black women, and this is about us embracing our hair and sharing our stories. So I don't want anyone to worry about the hijack narrative, etc., because we are going to be the ones representing ourselves within the movement with using photos from my subscribers, also my own photos, etc. So that is not something that I have a fear about at all. But I want to also come into a little bit more solutions when it comes to some of the pushbacks, etc., that you may be experiencing when you are on your journey to natural hair. So solution number 1, when it comes to the older generation, I want us to start pushing back against some of this narration, this negative narration when it comes to, oh, your hair, quote unquote, doesn't look done or doesn't look kept, etc. We can simply respond by my hair is done. And as we know, done, healthy hair is moisturized, well trimmed, well washed, conditioned, deep conditioned hair. That is healthy hair. That is done hair. I know that a lot of the older generations, they had had to use straight hair as a way to fit into society, to make white people feel uncomfortable. But today is a new day, as we have things like the Hair Crown Act that you can no longer discriminate against someone who has natural hair when it comes to professional settings, etc. So again, it definitely has to be a lot of unlearning, re-educating, and as well as patience. So we know that our hair was a journey, and everybody is on different levels of their journey. So definitely have some patience when it comes to these type of topics, etc. I also want to say that we need to prioritize the health of our hair over the length, over damaging our hair, etc. So, for example, if you have some ends that are not feeling the best and feeling like they need to be trimmed, or if you experience a lot of breakage, it's okay to get the trims. Our hair grows like weeds when it is properly taken care of, so there is no need to be holding on to some type of strings or, some see-through hair just to appear to have long hair, because as we know, our hair is beautiful in all stages, all lengths, etc. And if you are new to embracing your type 4 coily kinky hair, I would recommend watching hair tutorials on YouTube, Pinterest, etc. that are within the type 4 hair range. So I share a lot of videos all the time on my community tab. I also am going to start doing hair tutorials as well. For one, I'm going to review some products. So if you have any products that you want me to review that is black owned and that does cater to black hair. So I don't have anything against, for example, like the Beyoncés or the Rihannas, but I want to focus more on natural hair that was created for coily kinky hair. I also plan to recreate some of the Pinterest hairstyles that I am learning about as well within videos as well. So be sure to be on the lookout with that as well. But again, I also share a lot that are already doing it on my community tab too. And next, another solution, I feel like we need to embrace the quote unquote bad hair days. But as we know, vocabulary is very important on this channel. So instead of calling it bad hair days, I like to call it carefree hair days. Our hair is just as beautiful and it can be just as carefree as anybody else. And again, we still look just as beautiful because, as we know, we're always going to come through step-in, etc., no matter how we choose to wear our hair. But next, I want to get into the whole comparing your hair to other hair types, or even women within the type 4 hair range. If their hair is doing something that you're not able to get your hair to do, or their wash and go looks different than your wash and go, etc., it is okay to appreciate and just see the beauty in all different hair textures, types, etc. But that does not mean that you need to not see the beauty in your own, or neglect your own, or just focus so much on somebody else's hair that you are not embracing and loving your own hair. And that kind of leads into things like manipulating your hair to do something it is not naturally fit to do. All of our natural hair is different, even if we are within the type 4 hair range. As some people have 4A, 4B, 4C, and just really try to find your style, what looks best on you. And that leads me to my final tip, which is Pinterest. So just about all the pictures that you see throughout this video today actually came from Pinterest. And I want to thank my subscriber who actually put me up on game when it comes to Pinterest. Now, in the past, I only used Pinterest for home decor, but I don't know why it didn't click to me to use it for natural hair as well. Pinterest got the game on lock. I honestly feel like Pinterest is better than Instagram, TikTok, everything when it comes to unique natural hairstyles that is for type 4 hair. So be sure to go on Pinterest today. Download the app. It's free. Get on there. You can create all type of mood boards, and it is good not only for our natural hair and just finding unique styles, but it is good for pointing out just finding style, period, like different outfits that look very beautiful, elegant, feminine, etc. And it is girls wearing their natural 4C hair with these beautiful gowns on or beautiful styles, all type of stuff, basically debunking all these narratives that natural hair is quote unquote childish or unprofessional or you cannot be seen as feminine. And it's definitely pushing back against the narrative that short hair is somehow masculine or less feminine, etc. because these girlies again got the game on lock. So I again will run to Pinterest for ideals. I like to put a lot of the models that I find on Pinterest on my community tab as well. So you will see a lot of the girlies from Pinterest featured on there. But again, to create your own style, mood boards, etc., Pinterest is a great tool. So again, thank you so much to my subscriber who recommended Pinterest to me. Pinterest will get your life together. Like if you are having, again, problems with styling clothes, styling your hair, makeup, everything is on Pinterest. And before I go, I also want to talk about that I will be selling coffee mugs on my channel called the Coffee Cutie mug. So I'm going to leave the link in the description. You can see the picture on the screen. I am going to be ordering bulk as they come in. So it may be about a 2-week delay. But if you are interested in a mug, be sure to click the link in the description and order yours today. I also plan to do some cute crop tops when it comes to Coily hair. So if you girls are interested in that, I'm not going to reveal all the details because I don't want anyone to take the ideal, but they will be crop tops or like the long sleeve crop tops for the winter, and it will be surrounding the Coily hair community. So if you are interested in that, leave it down in the comment section and I will be sure to design it. But I just want to close out that again, the Coily hair community is made by us, for us, and the us is Black women with type 4 hair. This is a community to learn to embrace and love our natural hair as it comes out of our scalp, no matter the length, no matter the different densities, porosities, etc. We are on a journey to love and embrace our kinky, coily, natural, beautiful, feminine, elegant, graceful hair. But this is the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to tell a friend because we are lit over here. But until next time, see ya.